Speedy on the beat.
Hello, I'm Simi Dre.
I'm Diane Rossett.
Looking stunning as usual.
Thank you.
And welcome to Untold Truth. Alright, so today's topic, Diane, do you want to do the honors?
Okay, today's topic is going to be on, is tribal marks still relevant in our society today?
Alright, so
We have
Kemi Ezenwane, who is a medical doctor and former model and model scout. And we also have Adetitu, who Adetitu is an activist. She's a model as well. She's very outspoken about tribal marks, and she even got the attention of the
one and only
Vienna Riri. That is absolutely incredible. So Adetitu, do you want to give us a very brief background about yourself?
When you say brief background, there are lots of things about me, so you have to go straight to the point. What do you want to know about me?
Just very quickly, growing up and what has brought you to where you are now. Why are you so outspoken about, tribal marks and your identity with it? Yeah.
Okay, from my own childhood, because I have younger ones, so I could notice that the tribal marks was given as a child. So it wasn't that rosy then, growing up with tribal marks, where friends have to call you a cat or you can't play with them, all sorts of things from primary to secondary school. So I think it really affected my self-esteem and my younger ones' esteem too. Well, it gets to a stage when I had my child and we walked together on the road, and she's like, why are they staring at you? Have they not seen Max before? Because she's very outspoken. And I'm like, see this girl even challenging me to be bold. So from there, I just start posting up my picture like, if you die, if you want to die, this is my mark. So that's how I just started and got my motivation from my daughter.
Oh wow. That's incredible. But what exactly is the history of tribal marks? I mean, where did they come from? Why do different tribes give, different people tribal marks?
Okay, I got to the point I was able to ask my dad what is the reason behind the tribal marks. Then he said it was meant for identification then. The way we are doing this BBN, all the stuff there, and tracing back your roots, especially because of this slave trade era. So it was like, if you get lost, you'll be able to track your family tree with that kind of tribal marks, and which is true, because this mark is mostly from the Adeyemis in your dynasty. So if you
We're
should
from the same.
Oh, nice. So it was for identification mostly. That was why it was given, and beautification too, because some they don't put it on their face, they put it on their body to write like tattoos that we do now. So that's it.
Okay.
And then in the past as well, because my mom has tribal marks, and I know that she was given because she used to be very sickly. So they took her to these people, and then they decided that they would put the marks, and then they put all this stuff on it, and then say that when they put that, the child will not be as sickly as the child is to be. And some other people would even say that, these abicus that, so that
she won't go back.
The child won't go back, because if you scar the body and the child goes back, the child can come back to that same body. So those were the belief systems, that were in vogue at that time. And I think that's the reason why, amongst other reasons.
But Kemi, as a doctor yourself, does this give you some sort of worry that, back in the day, and to be honest, probably still today in some societies, that these marks are given to the children for these reasons as well?
So my worry and my constant fear, because I've been in hospital on call where you've had patients that have been brought in because they had a seizure and the baby's legs were put in fire, and we had to leave the seizure and deal with the fire. You've had cases where a baby would be born and then they'll take cow dung and put on the umbilical cord, to help it heal faster. So my major issue is, what are the practices that are being done? These people are definitely not using sanitary conditions. They are not sterilizing what they are using. They are not sterilizing all these things. They just take all these very wet. Sometimes they use stones. Sometimes they use nails. Sometimes they use, and they predispose these children to infection. They predispose these children to tetanus. They predispose these children. And then when you do that for a baby's immunity is not built up. A lot of the times their bodies cannot fight infections. So most times these kids die, and they're like, yes, we said this child was an habit, So I really worry about our state of mind, how we think. And for me, of course, some people say, oh, how do we regulate? Can we really regulate these people? Because I don't really see it happening. You will not go to a hospital and get tribal marks done. It will definitely have to be done in the backyard, local way. So I really don't know, but there's a whole lot of cause for worry with tribal marks.
Yeah. So Adetutu, do you think it's still relevant in today's society? Because you were saying that your dad told you that your tribal marks were a form of, identification, BVN. But now that we have passports, we do have BVNs. We even have Instagram, Facebook, where you can track your.
You give your daughter a tribal.
No.
Yeah, because we have so much technology now, which helps us trace our families. I mean, you don't even need to be in the same country as a family member to find them. So do you think that they're still relevant now?
Well, when I say it's still relevant, I don't mean it should be done at all costs, and it should not be done on children a week old. Like when I do my research about if this thing can be stopped, I found out the Alafin of Oyo, he doesn't give his children on his face again. His new set of kings, he gave them on their body, and I'm like, okay, this is where he's transferring the tradition to. That it doesn't want it to go into extinct. It's part of African practices and culture. So we can't say we want to ban it, but don't do it on our faces. The world is more civilized, and they're like, what's this bullshit on your face? But they don't know that there are more reasons, because this is just like tracing back your African roots. So not a lot of people understand. I still get people like, what's this on your face? And you're doing shakara. As the bullying will not stop for those of us that have it. But you just have to, I have to hustle now. I don't have to. Yes, I have to hustle and what is mark? You forget to have mark and hustle. That is it. So it cannot be banned, and it's still relevant. Yes.
For me, I don't have a problem with it, and even if we were to ban it, like she said, it's steeped in culture, it's steeped in tradition. But my issue is, don't give it to children that cannot consent to it. For children, because I believe that I have a right to decide if I want tribal marks on my face or not. You understand? So for me, I feel that consent is only given when the child is 18 years old.
Yeah.
So allow the child to be old enough to say, oh yes, I really want to identify with my roots. I want to be able to go to Oyo State or Ekiti State and say, oh yes, I want to identify with Ekiti and give myself.
People will not do it on the face.
But that is, so let me make that decision for myself than just giving it to me, and then I just realize that, oh wow, I'm a full-grown adult. I have marks that I cannot do anything about.
But in terms of culture and identity, I mean, I know we have this argument, like a lot of people have this argument a lot about like trying to stay close to their culture and their identity and the practices. But there are some practices that have been done or are still being done in Nigeria that are frowned upon, such as the killing of twins and different, other societal practices. So where do we draw the line between what is relevant and what should be our culture? I mean, because this is a scarring of the body as well. Yeah.
So I think that a lot of enlightenment has to be done for most of these workers, the traditional health workers. The government or individuals that are well-meaning, they have NGOs, they can go into these slums, go into these places and train these people, let them know. I'm not aware that twins are still being killed in Nigeria. I don't think so. But I still think that a lot of campaigns should be made out there. There are still people that will look at a person with vitiligo and wonder, oh wow, people with vitiligo, they are being called names. I didn't ask or whoever has vitiligo did not ask for their bodies to have that. You know, at least for the scars, for the tribal marks, you can hold the mother and say, oh, you gave your child. But for vitiligo, the body just starts to attack the melanocytes. So how do you explain that? But I think that a lot of sensitization should be done. There should be a lot of awareness. People should know that, you know, they cannot carry out these kind of practices on children.
But do you think we can ever get to that
point?
That point, because I mean, there are a lot of other issues in Nigeria that people say there should be awareness about it.
Maybe not in this lifetime.
I don't know. I think like constant, with constant, you know, when you know you want to do something and you keep going for it, like when the government tries to at least implement certain rules, I feel like we will get there. It will take time, but we'll definitely get there. So it could take 10 years from now, but definitely, I feel like if the awareness is very, if we are consistent with that, we go to everywhere and ensure that people know about this. Because mostly the problem comes from the slum, and we try to neglect the slum. So if we pay more attention to the slums, I feel like that's going to actually help.
That's slum part, because I'm from Mushin, and now that they see me on TV and they're like, hey, someone with tribal mark on TV, I'm like, I'm trying to tell you people not to bully us again. That this thing was not done with our permission. So people in my hood, they are like, no, but don't talk to her anyhow. They watch interviews, they understand. So talking from the grassroots, just like you said, is working. In my hood in Moshi, I still go back to school them that tribal marks is not something you should be mocking the person for it, and it is not done with permission. So you have to understand that you can't just see someone with tribal marks and you start throwing insults and all that. We have to start from the slum, just like you said it.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us on the show. So what about you? What do you think? Are tribal marks still relevant? As an adult, a person over the age of 18, would you get tribal marks yourself? Comment and please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please make sure you share too.
Yes, we'll share. I'm Smidre.
I'm Dan Rosette, and thank you for watching
Untold Truth.
Oh, got it.